how on top of the recontact process are you?
On top of the recontact process, I wouldn't say I'm greatly on it. What I have started to write down a couple of the ones that I have,
Uh-huh.
because the thing is, so far with the regulars I have, sometimes I can recontact them, but also not really. Like a few of them are very, I guess they've got wives and stuff, so can't really message them. And then other ones that I have are just kind of like I might message them every 2 weeks or so, similar to the recontacting,
Mhm.
but it's just more of a I can't explain it. Like, I'll just message them every now and then because I don't want to like annoy them too much. But they're still on my, I guess, recontact list. I feel like I need to build it a little bit more.
Okay. Yeah, I hear you on that with the wives. The easy way around that is to just ask their permission if you can text them or not.
Yeah.
So now that you're in a new location
Mhm.
and and interesting, like there's less girls, but they are also smaller towns.
Mhm.
So I think it's always important to be focused on your repeat client base. But if you're in a smaller town, I'd definitely be very focused on it because you've just got less clients typically.
Okay.
I'll send you the videos. It's module 7. The recontact process is simple. We text every single client after every booking,
Mhm.
a new client, asking them 3 things. We ask them for a review,
Mhm.
we ask them if we can contact them again, and we offer complimentary time for the review and also ask them when they want to use that, basically setting up the next booking.
Okay, that's a good point. Because I'm doing the follow up. I've done that, like saying thank you, blah blah, and encouraging them to do a testimonial.
Mhm.
The one that I need to also add into that habit is if I can contact them again, like if that's okay, and then adding the complimentary, what did we say? Complimentary
Time.
time. Yeah. Time to encourage the client to do that. So basically I'm just telling them complimentary time and then like telling them when would you like to see me again, or am I leaving that for them to respond to?
Yeah, you can say, and I would love to offer you complimentary time in exchange for the review.
Yeah.
When would it work for you for us to get together so I can give you that? Like something to that effect. You want to ask them, you don't want to leave it open.
Yeah.
Or let's plan that now if that works so that we don't miss each other. Something
Okay.
along those lines.
Got it. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, cool. So I thought you meant like a recontact list, which I guess I kind of have, but like this is for new clients that I need to obviously get into the habit of now. Going forward with the recontact process, just to add it to my habit or routine of doing that each time I see a new client. Sorry, I sound like a broken record.
That's okay. Well, there's actually 2 parts to it. So that's step 1.
Hmm.
But the step 2 is for everybody who says yes, they go into a recontact process.
Okay.
And every 2 to 3 weeks, you want to text everybody on that list to instigate contact. And in the video, I talk about it. I generally will do my first message will be less direct. It'll be more like a thinking of you, just got out of the shower, just bought this outfit, like maybe follow up on something personal if I remember.
Hmm.
And then if I get engagement, I will try to progress it to a booking. So don't text them in the first message saying like, "Hey, want to book today?" which is what a lot of girls do if they follow up at all.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of like getting a cold email from a business saying, "Do you want to come spend money with us today?" It's like not very personalized. But if we open the door, firstly, we've confirmed that it's okay to contact them. And secondly, we touch base with them in a way that's exciting and not about them spending money.
Yeah.
And then if we get engagement, we don't want to just keep texting with them. We want to try and lock in a booking. And if they say no, then we wrap up the conversation and we text them again in another 2 to 3 weeks.
Hmm. Okay. And that way for me to keep a track of that is I could set it up in my calendar to remind me to, yeah, follow up with them each week. I mean, every 3 weeks or so.
Yep. So what I do is in my phone, any client who says yes to the recontact, I put in brackets a capital R.
Mm-hmm.
Then I put in my own personal calendar a 2 to 3 week reminder that says recontact process.
Mm-hmm.
And at that time, I just go to my phone, I type into the contact search part the R in brackets, and everybody who's said yes will come up. And then I just message them all one by one
Okay.
with probably the same message. But if I can really remember something personalized, then I will. And I just go through that list. And, it could be 10 at one point. You might end up having 20, 30 people. I just message them all and see where it goes.
Okay. So basically, let's say I've got, I don't know, John, and he's already said to contact him, or just or a regular, like a new client or a regular, either one.
If you have clients you already know it's okay to communicate with, then I would just put the R next to their name, like at the moment by default, because the fact that you've contacted them in the past means that you can continue to contact them until they say otherwise.
Okay. So basically, with them, I don't really have to contact them every 3 weeks or so, or I could.
I would contact everybody who has an R next to their name every 3 weeks.
Okay. Every 3 weeks. And then, so you put this in your personal calendar, which is like, let's say, Google Chrome. Yeah.
You could actually put it in Timely if you start using Timely as your. It depends on how you want to do this. So I think she has her own Google Calendar that she uses for like her mental notes, and then she uses Timely for her actual bookings. That's probably what I recommend you do.
Okay. Got it. And then put R each time, because the good thing with R is I can just look it up on calendar. Can't
In
say
your
it.
phone
Oh,
book.
in my phone.
Yep.
In my phone book. Okay, like my address.
Yes.
Yeah. My phone book. Yeah. Saving clients with an R. That's good information, Isabel.
And effectively, all we're doing is a client retention marketing campaign, which all businesses do.
Yeah.
Like if you go to a hair salon, if the business has their shit together, you start getting emails from them.
Yeah.
And sometimes that email, you go, oh, fuck, yeah, I do want that. And you book.
Yeah. That's true.
Even better with us because we can personalize it even further. And also, no other escorts do this. Like, if they contact their clients at all, it's usually to ask for them to book now, which is pretty impersonal, or they're just texting them randomly with no cohesion, thinking that like just chatting with John is going to get John to book them. It's like, no, we want to text John with something exciting and stimulating. And then we want to try and lead John to a booking. And if he doesn't, that's cool. Then we back off
Hmm.
because we don't want to just be texting our clients.
Yeah. Makes sense.
And we do it every 2 to 3 weeks because you never know when a client is going to be responsive.
Hmm.
Most email, like high converting email marketing campaigns, email multiple times per week. We're not going to do that because it's a bit much in our field.
Yeah.
But if 2 to 3 weeks seems like a lot, just remember that most businesses are trying to engage with their customers multiple times per week, not 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah. Do you feel like, in your experience, other clients that or regulars that you've had for a long time get annoyed when you text them every 3 weeks, or that they see a pattern that, like, they're getting texted every 3 weeks?
Only if I don't personalize it enough.
Yeah.
So I put in a lot of effort to this. Yeah. Like I paid a lot of attention to my clients. I made an effort to personalize stuff. And so it didn't feel like that.
Okay. So, like, when you say personalized, what would be an example of how you would write to John?
So it would always be like, hey, John, just like I'll make it. So when I say personalized, if I can include something specific about John or our last experience together, which makes sense, then I will.
Hmm.
So maybe we had a shower together, right? I could send him a touch base message. Just got out of the shower and made me think of when we showered together. What
Hmm.
a happy memory with a photo of myself. Hope you're having a great day.
Oh, yeah, that's cute.
If I can't do something that specific, then it could be instead, hey John, just got this schoolgirl outfit. I wonder if you like schoolgirl outfits, question mark. Tell me what you think.
Okay, got ya.
So it's not about our interaction, but it feels personal. It's not like a Hey, babe, haven't seen you for a few weeks. How are you? Do you want to meet today? That's not personal.
Mm. It needs to create more of a visualization and excitement for the client.
Correct.
Mhm. Paint a visual. Yeah, I do that too. My like clients for ages and they get really
It works.
yeah.
And it's really important that that first message is not just about making a booking.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to receive a call from their hair salon saying, "Hi, I've actually got a free spot available today. Do you want to book?" It's like, no, bitch. I don't. Like, you don't know what's happening in my day. You don't know anything. Whereas if she called me to say, my hairdresser, "Hey, I really thought that your hair looked so amazing last time after we changed the hair tone by 2 points. What do you think of it? Has it been looking good with that outfit that you told me you were going to buy?" "Oh, babe, yeah, blah, 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 blah." And then she can go on to say, "Oh, amazing. Well, I've actually just started this new treatment. I did it on Jess yesterday, and Jess absolutely loved it. Is that something you'd be interested in?" "Oh my God, of course I would be." "Oh, amazing. So what are you doing this week? When are you next free?" Like, see how I've built up to it and it's contextually appropriate for me to now ask her to book?
Yeah.
The same thing with our clients. We open the door with something non confrontational that they're excited about. Then we get chatting with them for not too long and we try to take it towards a booking because you might find out from John that he's fucking in Adelaide right now and not home for 2 weeks. It's like, well, you could say, "Oh my God, I'd love to see you when you're back. Do you want to set aside a time so that we don't miss each other?" And then see what he says.
Mhm.
Or you may, for whatever reason, decide to kind of leave it there. But then next time you check in 2 weeks, you know he's just gotten home. You can say, "How's it been getting home? Are you free in the next few days?" See how that like is more likely to convert.
Yeah.
But it takes more time and effort, which a lot of people don't want to do. Well, which I get, but then we miss out on the ability to get our regulars spending more frequently.
Yeah. I got it.
So when you do this recontact process, you want to probably start with just one version of the text that you kind of send to everybody, which feels personal but is appropriate for anyone. Like that schoolgirl example I gave you, I could send that to any client.
Yeah.
And then as you go down the list, if something pops into your mind, like you see the name Ben, you see the name Jason, you can alter it slightly.
Hmm. Yeah. So it's more personalized for them.
Correct. Yeah. Like maybe they told you last time they saw you that they were going to some game afterwards that they were super pumped about. You can say, "And how did the game end up going?" And then launch into your thing.
Yeah.
And if a client doesn't want to hear from you, they'll tell you or they'll block you. So it's up to you as to if you do this process 10 times one client and they never reply, you might decide, "I'm not going to text him anymore." But my opinion on this is I continue to contact people until they tell me to stay away because I
Yeah.
never know. They might just see the message, be like, and then one day they're horny, you text them, bam, they book you.
Yeah. Yeah, because they might not reply, but that's okay. And then you might send them another one, and then they'll be like, "Stop texting me." Well,
Yeah, personally, I would rather just keep as many options until somebody tells me basically fuck off. Once they tell me to fuck off, of course I listen.
yeah.
Of course. Or you might get some guys that say, "Oh, like, yeah, I'd love to hear from you, but keep it really discreet." And again, that takes more effort. You might put like R and then a letter D for discreet so that you remember those people specifically. You have to say something really vanilla, like, "Hey, John, let me know if you're available for an appointment. I'm in town." And it depends on the person.
Yeah, yeah. Like one of my clients will be like, just be like, "Hey, it's Nathan. I'm back in Sydney. Would you like me? You want to catch up for the beer?"
Yep.
Yeah, I like pure blondes.
That's really funny. And also, what's really most important is the processes that we have. It doesn't really matter what any individual client says or does. If you're doing this, like you want to do this for the next 2 years, imagine if you do this for the next 2 years, how much more money you'll make by like tracking all your work, following up with every single client, asking everybody for a review, incentivizing the review, touching base with them every 2 to 3 weeks. That is what matters more because the more effort we put into anything, the more we're going to get out of it. And you want to do it in a structured, streamlined way for your sake and in an appropriate way for the client's sake, which is why we ask permission. It's why we think about the kind of communication they'd actually like to receive. Who wants to receive a message saying, "Hey, can you give me some money?" Nobody. But who would love to receive contact for men specifically with a hot photo saying that you've been thinking of him, referencing something that happened last time? Like that feels great. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, basically, you're, like, reminding them?
It's just great customer service.
Mhm.
Like imagine if you went into Louis Vuitton for this high-end shopping experience, which feels special to you anyway because it's expensive, it's exclusive, it's private. And then afterwards, the store person sent you a text the next day, like saying, "You looked amazing in that outfit. Here's a picture I actually snapped when you weren't looking." And pretend it's not creepy, but you get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, yeah.
Look at how great you look. And then imagine how you'd feel. Like, what do women go shopping for? To feel good about themselves, to see themselves in new stuff. It's the feeling it evokes. And men, use their escort services for similar reasons. To get that engagement afterwards just feels so good and it makes you want to do it again.
Right, yeah. This is, like, particularly, like, when we're sending that, "Thank you, I had a really good time. You, like, I don't know,
Mm,
so good washing me in the shower. It was amazing.
yeah.
Can't wait to do it again," and then that's probably something you'd send something to your regular one after, but even with your new one, that's when we send them also testimonial and the free complimentary extra time.
Yes.
But you suggest, like, sending them a pretty, like, it's not lengthy, but it's, like, a bit of stuff for them to read, right? Like, 'cause some of the templates that I seen was, like, to write that, then
Yeah.
plus the review, and then the complimentary one.
It is long. The reason I do that is because particularly with new clients, I don't if I break it up, I don't know if I'm gonna get a reply, so I kind of just rather put everything in one hit.
Mhm.
You can probably leave out some of the links. Like you could say, "Had such an amazing time. I'd love to see you again," or whatever you say.
Mhm.
Then I really appreciate a complimentary review, and you can leave out the links. Like I will sometimes put the links because I know people like are just lazy, but it
Yeah,
does make the message really long. So you could just have the text version. I would love a complimentary review in exchange to offer you some complimentary time next time we meet. Let me know when you're next free. PS, can I contact you in the future? That would be a much shorter message. And then if they reply to say, "Sure, I'm happy to do a review," and respond to what you said, then you can send all the links. So you could break it up.
yeah. Alright, cool. Because then they'll be like, "I'm happy to do a review," and you could just reply saying, "Amazing, thank you," or sometimes I'll be like, "How do I do that?" But, like, if I say,
Yeah.
"Amazing, thank you," did you need the link?
Yeah, and maybe you want to write this out and send me what you have. You might
Yeah.
have a simple explanation that says, "I'd so appreciate a review. It's easy to do. If you're comfortable doing that, I'll send you the links. And next time we meet, I'd love to give you some complimentary time in thanks. When are you next free?
Mhm.
PS, may I contact you in the future from time to time?"
Okay.
That's probably like decent and will be like of medium length anyway.
Yeah. I'll add that to my follow-up template. I'll have to go back to the recording and write that down.
Yeah, I send you the recording. It gives you a transcript as well, so you can copy paste what I've just said.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool.